Minecraft is weird. Yes, I'm finally going to be talking about this topic after months of everybody asking me. And what an interesting subject to discuss. The history of mining and crafting is a fascinating one, dating back to the dawn of civilization. So put on your hard hats and grab a hold of your pickaxe, because we're ready to dig in. Mining. Noun. The process or industry of obtaining coal or other minerals from a mine. In the time of the Homo sapiens, rocks and other such materials were used to craft weapons such as spears. But as we kept evolving and started building settlements, these resources became more valuable. Some tribes had better access to certain materials depending on where they settled, after all. This led to trading, which is the whole basis of communication and civilization. As these civilizations kept growing, so did the value of certain materials. Gold, silver, and mercury are some notable examples. Another thing that helped advance civilization as a whole was the introduction of fire to mine materials. Suddenly, pottery could be hardened to last more than one season, and certain metals could be melted and molded into different shapes. Weird how such a simple concept could be so influential, isn't it? Now, as important as mining was for society, it would not become a significant industry until about 10,000 years ago. Later, with the introduction of Mediterranean civilization, it became one of the most critical in the world. People grew wealthy off of extracted silver, and metal was needed for military equipment and armor. It was so influential, in fact, one of the main driving forces behind the Roman expansion was their pursuit of more mines. Valuable resources fueled the economy, and all other materials were essential in manufacturing the necessities of everyday life. It's truly wondrous when you realize just how beneficial mining has been in our history on this earth. Jumping forward in time a little, we reach the discovery of the New World, now known as the United States. This place was a literal gold mine and created a huge influx of minerals and wealth for the miners. In fact, it alone financed the Renaissance. As a result of these new discoveries, communication and innovation started growing faster and faster, with the mining industry being one of the main driving forces. It built railroads, highways, bridges, and entire cities. This would eventually come to a head and lead us to the Industrial Revolution and modern imperialism, where mines were being bled dry and workers were being mistreated left and right. Innovation, inventions, new worlds to discover and plunder. It was a truly amazing time if you were to forget how badly everyone was treated. And what now then? Well, mining and crafting is still just as important. Civilization relies on mined materials to craft most of the items that it runs on, from money to weapons to household items. And thanks to technology, more and more of certain materials are required to serve as fuel. But it seems that because society is growing so fast now, we're slowly draining the world of all its resources while giving nothing back. But I'm sure it's fine, because humans are resourceful, and I'm sure they'll be just as resourceful when all the resources are gone and the world finally catches on fire. And that has been a brief look at the history of mining and crafting. Hopefully now you have a better grasp of the essential nature of these practices. Now, for this next part, we shall discuss the entire process of how mines are made in the first place. To start... What? Why are you looking at me like that? This is what you wanted me to talk about? What else did you expect then from a video about mining and crafting? The game? Ew, no, get that away from me. Bunch of cultureless hacks, I'm leaving. You all suck!